Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In this video, let's take a look at this useLayoutEffect. As you know, I use React like every day for my daily job, but I have never actually used this useLayoutEffect before. Most of the time, I use useEffect hook. Yeah, as the description says, it actually is basically the same as useEffect, but the timing about layout effect is that it is triggered slightly sooner than effect because it fires synchronously after DOM mutations. Remember when we are building web apps, every time we access the style of an element and some other APIs, it will trigger the reflow, right? Repaint to reflow because the browser doesn't know the exact layouts information, the style information, unless it can redo it. So the idea of this useLayoutEffect is that after the DOM is changed, it is fired synchronously right after that, and we could actually fetch some layout information, style information after that, and it will trigger the layout, and we could just do some synchronous re-render after that. So this is the very tricky timing, slightly sooner than effect, but for most of the time, as I said, maybe you don't need it, so only use it when you definitely need it. I think the best cases for this is doing some tricky positioning of some element or some animation. Yeah, other than that, I think we don't need this. To illustrate this, I prepared a simple demo here. Yeah, so the idea of this demo is simple. We have a fixed layout, a predefined this red div element, and we would show a layer or something like this blue div just overlapping with this red one, but with slightly 50 pixel offset here. The position of this red div is defined in the CSS, you can see. Margin, right? And the layer, this only has this position fixed. It doesn't know when to begin. So in our JavaScript code, what we do is very simple. We just keep a state of the coordinates for this blue div, and then we set up the ref for this red div, and we in useEffect we fetch the coordinates of the red div and update the state. So we could see that the first time when it's rendered, the blue div will be have this left 0 and top 0, right? And then useEffect, the hook is triggered, and it get the data, and it will set the state, and then it will be re-rendered sometime later, and it will be updated. So we could expect that there will be a flickering when we reload it. Yeah, if you take a look at the log here, you can see that useEffect is the log is before the rendering, right? Yeah. No, after actually, before this, but after the initial flickering. You can see that initially the blue div is like shifting from here to here. Yeah, and then the order is initial rendering, the log, the useEffect, and then the new positioning for this blue div. So this is something we don't want. We don't want the flickering. To achieve this, we could just improve this by as another state, say ready or not, like say false. This should be 1. and this should be 2, and here we could say state 0, and when we set state, we say true. Yeah, we add a flag for indicating that it's ready to render or not. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's not flickering, but still the blue div is like appearing. There's something appearing without some positioning change. Slightly better, but not perfect. You can see there's still delay. This is still not perfect. So to solve this problem, let me revert it back to the original code. To solve this problem, we actually could use this layout effect. Let's give it a try. So in our layout effect, let me comment this out. In our useLayoutEffect, we do the same as the useEffect. Get the rect, get the coordinates, and set the state. So here's something, as I mentioned, and also described in the description here. This function will be fired synchronously when the DOM changed. For the initial, when DOM mutation means the initial mount, right? The DOM will be put into the document, but it is not painted yet. As we, if we recall the event loop, we give this JavaScript the time to run, and when it ends, and if time permits, we would have some short period of time to lay out the DOM and calculate the style and the paint, right? But here, its DOM is just updated, and the JavaScript is not done yet because this is synchronous. It's not done yet. It will continue to run, but we've already called this get bounding client erect. This triggers layout, actually. This is called triggered reflow, relayout, forced layout, I would say. Forced layout, I think. Yeah, to get the coordinates. And the browser, okay, just lay out this div at the timing here, and we get the coordinates. But still, it's not ready for paint because there might be still upcoming changes, I think, for browser. Yeah, and we set the state. Remember, access updates scheduled inside it will be flushed synchronously before the browser has chance to paint. So interestingly, that the set state here, you might think that it will be batched. Yeah, it will be batched actually, but there's a different kind of batch, like synced batch and not. So state here will be the set state here, as we explained in my previous video about how set state work. When it's called, it will actually set a flag for this DOM node for the app here, and it will set up a callback, like set a future job set to reconciliate this app, comparing the elements and update the DOM again. So here, set a state, set a callback, but because by definition this will be run synchronously, this actually will the update we set in the future will be run before the paint happens. It meaning there is no set timeout, there is no promise callback. It will just continues to be run. So what happens is that even though I set state, it will be the paint will be after everything is ready. So we won't see this flickering. If I reload it, you can see. Yeah, these two divs just pops up at the same time, right? Yeah. So that's it. One thing I'd like to point it out is that something the document of React didn't mention is that actually this useLayoutEffect, if there are some set state, like there are some, when there is some scheduled update inside layout effect, it actually has this hoisting effect, which affects other normal or passive effects. Okay, I'll show you what is going on here. So if I just comment without this useLayoutEffect and come back to this normal effect hook. If I console log, like say, okay, I've done some heavy work. This is only in this useEffect, right? Let's reload it. We can see that the order is actually, it's rendered and useEffect and then done some heavy work. What does this mean is that this effect will actually does not affect the paint. But if I have this layout effect here, okay, let's comment this out. What happens? You might think that, okay, because layout effect, okay, it's synchronous as I explained, it will be paint, and then the same, right? Layout effect, paint, and log here, log here. But if we reload it, we would see that there are some different. You can see the use layout effect in useEffect do some heavy work. The order is different. You can see that the effect actually affecting the rendering, right? The paint. Okay, maybe I need to comment this out to see something better. If there's only layout effect, you can see that the paint happens instantly. But if I use this useEffect, it actually blocks the paint. Like kind of like the useEffect, the behavior of useEffect is changed if there is scheduled update, which basically means there is set state call in layout effect, right? Yeah. So why does that happen? So actually, I know that I've digged up the internals about how useLayoutEffect worked. I'll put out another video explaining in details. So to summarize it, it's very tricky because in layout effect is synchronous, and because it's synchronous, the set state, the scheduled job is synchronous as well. So when set state is called, it's set up a synced callback, like to okay, just a re-render right now. But in that re-render now, it will actually flush all the effects, including this useEffect. So it actually, because of set state, this will be run synchronously. So this is kind of, I don't know whether it is good or not, but generally, useEffect means that useEffect means doesn't specify exact the timing, right? You can think of like useEffect is component did mount, did update, like the old class component. So the effect here, like without set state, is slightly later in the next event loop, but because set state exists, it's be run in sooner. It doesn't hurt, so it will still works. It's just a bad performance. Maybe the UI will be less, like the example we demonstrated here, it will be less responsive, but it's okay. But from the API itself, I don't know. It's kind of like this affecting this. It's not that good. Okay, for more details about how internally these hooks works, I'll put up another video. Stay tuned. It's gonna be my new episode about my React source code walkthrough. It's gonna be very exciting, and yeah, stay tuned. Bye bye.